What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I do take the bottom of the video. Just gonna hop into it. So today we'll be doing another basketball video. How do we fix videos? Because it's been a couple weeks after this team lost, but I was actually struggling with this one a little bit, just for the simple fact I didn't, see a lot of bad spots on their team. But talking about the Minnesota Timberwolves, obviously the Minnesota Timberwolves lost in the second round to the San Antonio Spurs in 6, and let's just get into it. So the biggest issues I've seen on their team, they just lack offensive firepower in general. With DiVincenzo getting injured, I think that obviously with his Achilles, he'll probably be out all of next season as well. So they probably would need more shooting, to replace his shooting. Offensive creation in general, and offensive creation slash facilitator. The reason I say all this is because one, when Mike Conley's getting old, obviously Mike Conley he's coming off the bench. He can do a little bit for you, but obviously not enough to really put this team in a good position. When DiVincenzo was healthy, it was DiVincenzo, Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, Julius Randle, and Rudy Gobert. They don't really have anybody who's you would say is a facilitator in that lineup, because a lot of times what was hindered them and Anthony Edwards. Obviously, Anthony Edwards was injured as well. He was playing on basically two bad knees, but they could, Anthony Edwards would be bringing the ball up, and they can double team off the rip and get the ball out of his hands. There's nobody who can really, just bring the ball up, get the offense in a good position, get Anthony Edwards in a more comfortable position to, score the basketball, and just get the offense running in general. They don't really have one of those. I mean, they have Bones Highland off the bench, but I think a starting level guard is what I'm saying. And offensive firepower in general, like besides Anthony Edwards, there's no one you just really like, oh, he'll go get it. I mean, obviously you got Julius Randle, but in my personal opinion, I'm gonna be honest, I've never been a big fan of Julius Randle's game. And I think it's clear at this point in his career, he's not a number two that can elevate you to a championship, especially when you think Anthony Edwards is that guy. I don't think, Julius Randle, uh, I don't know, it's it's kind of weird, like what I don't like about his game, because at one point, I thought he took too many jump shots, too many step back jump shots for his size and how he's built. I felt like he should be just a turret going to the rim. But also with some of their matchups playing, I understand why he does have to take some of those shots, but he can't exactly just be a turret to the rim. With Wemby sitting down there, things like that. Who else might they play? Played Denver in the first round. I mean, he could be a turret to the rim there. I mean, Jokic is not finna offer no rim protection, but that might be a little different if Aaron Gordon is healthy. So I just don't think he's your number two. He maybe could be a great number three for a team, but I don't think he's your number two. So also, I do think they need more bench scoring if AO decides to leave, as well as a lot of people are putting Terrence Shannon Jr. and trade talk. So if they don't have Terrence Shannon Jr., they don't have AO. DiVincenzo's not playing. They is going to need bench scoring, definitely. And I also said they might need a backup center. Obviously, Nas Reed comes off the bench, and he's a big man as well. But I don't think obviously Nas Reed, his game, he's not a traditional center. When I mean center, I mean somebody who just runs the floor, protects the rim, and rebounds. That's basically what I mean by a center. Obviously, Nas Reed, and I don't think you want Nas Reed really guarding typical centers in this league, but. So if I said high end for the offense, some star slash superstar players who help this team, Kyrie, Ja Morant, and Kawhi. I think the best fit here out of the three would be Ja Morant. For the simple fact is Ja can also be that facilitator as well. Take the ball out of Anthony Edwards while adding a scoring punch. And you don't expect Ja on this team to be your number one scorer, obviously, with Anthony Edwards on the team. So I think he would be the best one just for the couple holes that they do need. Next would be Kyrie. Kyrie, just somebody to take the ball out of his hand. Kyrie is a decent passer. He's not a Ja Morant level passer, facilitator, but he's decent, and we know what Kyrie can do scoring the basketball. And Kawhi, again, we know what Kawhi can do scoring the basketball. But I just think Kawhi, you know, he needs a facilitator as well. So they need somebody to pass them the ball, and they don't really have that on the roster. So and Kawhi, I just think they need some type of point guard if they was going to acquire Kawhi. Now, some mid-level offensive players that I think could help Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero. Obviously we know Tyler Hero can do scoring in basketball. We know it. I wouldn't say he's a great facilitator, but he's cool. He's still somebody who could take the ball out of Anthony Edwards' hands and provide a scoring punch. And same thing with De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox is probably a little better of a facilitator and obviously more of a traditional point guard. So that would fix a couple holes on their team. But that's if the Spurs decide they want to trade De'Aaron Fox this offseason. I think it's a season early, in my personal opinion, before you let Dylan Harper just take some reins at the point guard. But we never know what they might do, especially if the offer is good enough. Uh, as far as off the bench scoring, these three I had: Malik Monk, Isaiah Joe, Ryan Wallace. Ryan Wallace is he might be a starter. Ryan Wallace played his butt off this offseason. I mean, this past season. Obviously, I felt like he should have won Most Improved, but the award for Most Improved is kind of jacked up in my opinion these days. I feel like Ryan Wallace is more of a typical candidate that should have won, but we see how that went. Now, obviously, with like I said, offer Malik Monk, Isaiah Joe, and all three of them, they can shoot the basketball. They offer offensive creation, and that's more for their bench scoring, especially like I said, if AO leaves. Especially, I would think they would, cater more towards a guard since you already have Nas Reed, who is like a wing big man hybrid who can score the hell out of basketball. So I think Malik Monk, Isaiah, and we know what they can do offensively, and Isaiah Joe just might be. I mean, obviously, he plays a great role in the Thunder, but Isaiah Joe just might be kind of collateral just because of all the pieces that they do have. Especially if the Thunder shake the roster up trying to get under the apron, he just might end up being collateral. So definitely. And then as far as the backup center, more traditional. These first two, I don't know. They kind of starter level bigs, but they play on the same team, so one of them is the backup. So that's what I'm thinking. Is Gafford or Lively? Obviously, a lot of people have been trying to lure one or two away just because of what they offer to the team, and they would be good fits, especially playing less minutes behind Gobert. Some more people would be Paul Reed. We seen what Paul Reed did playing for the Pistons. He honestly, in a lot of minutes, especially this playoff run, he was better than Durant, their starting center. So obviously Paul Reed can be a contributing factor, especially as a backup center. And another one would be Day'Ron Sharp, who is just, like I said, perfect for the run the floor, protect the rim, and rebound type center. Good size, athletic, definitely. So those are pretty much the biggest things I think that could help the Minnesota Timberwolves to elevate their team. Obviously, they were a 6 seed this season, and they still end up getting past the first round, getting past the Nuggets, because I thought they were just a bad matchup for the Nuggets in general, just with the amount of rim pressure they can protect. But I feel like these are not the craziest moves that can still help them improve as a team. So that's really all I gotta say though. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I do TikTok about a video, and we up.